Life after service has become a bitter struggle for many retired officers of the Nigerian police force. Following years of dedicated service to the nation, the hardship began in 2004 when the federal government moved all public workers, including the police, to the Contributory Pension Scheme or CPS. Under this scheme, both governments and officers contribute to retirement savings account, but unlike the old defined benefit scheme, CPS offers no gratuity and the monthly payouts are often meager.
There has to be a better understanding of how we are structured. We have industrial unions that are affiliates of Nigerian Labour Congress. Like in the health sector, you have a collective of them that under the umbrella of joint health sector unions. And you have, inside them, you have Medical and Health Workers Union of Nigeria, National Association of Nurses and Midwives. You have NUAM, you have about four or five of them that are in the health sector. Then in the police one you mentioned, you have a newly registered National Association of Retired Police Officers of Nigeria, NAPO. There is a union, that is in that sector. So you have all manners of unions in Nigeria. They are affiliated to Nigerian Labour Congress. Now, if you're asking us why we have all this unrest within the nation industrial sphere, it speaks to the fact that there is a failure of government to do certain things right in the nation's industrial relations sphere.
Retired officers have repeatedly protested what they describe as unfair treatment, with some receiving as little as 15,000 naira a month after decades of service.
It is a very disturbing development for a lot of reasons. Number one, the work associated with policing is a work that is classified as national security priority. In other words, it is expected that anyone who serves as a police officer is privy to both training as well as knowledge that is vital to our national security imperatives. And so making sure that that person's welfare is protected and served in a manner that allows that person to feel happy and comfortable is usually priority for most countries of the world. So for us to have a situation where retired police personnel are embarking on a protest is something that should worry our national security enterprise. In other words, the coordinators of our national security enterprise should take this more seriously than they are taking it. And when you hear the complaints coming from these police retirees, most of the complaints are legit in terms of the amount of money that is being paid to them. It does not really meet their needs and expectations. For most countries of the world, you start living your life when you retire because it is expected that you've given your best to your country, and at the time of your retirement, you are aged, and so you should not worry about your needs in terms of housing, clothing, feeding, and things like that. The state should be able to provide for you. But when you hear the paltry sum that these police personnel are being given, it now raises that critical question on whether we realize the vital nature of the work that they did.
Delay in payments, poor communication from pension fund administrators, and rising inflation have worsened their plight. Despite new directive from President Bola Tinubu to improve their welfare, many retired police officers are still calling for an exit from the Contributory Pension Scheme, insisting that the previous system provided greater financial security in retirement.
In the police sector, you find out that they are essentially asking that their pension is too small. Even when it is too small, it's also not being paid as at when due. And that cuts across many sectors in Nigeria. And it's even worse in many states of Nigeria. Workers in Nigeria are going through hell. And it has to. Journalists must also help Nigerian workers in fighting this particular scourge. It's a scourge. And we must hold our social partners accountable for all of this. We must ask government, we must ask employers to be more responsible We must ask them to be more responsible and more faithful to agreements that have been reached. We must ask them to be more responsible in listening to workers' grievances, in listening to workers' complaints. When we resolve these issues and we reach agreement, let those agreements be implemented.
It's the fact that it exposes them to exploitation by foreign actors who may not be friendly to Nigeria. Given the fact, like I said at the beginning, they are privy to information and certain activities that are classified as confidential. And then it is now seen that they are aggrieved, both the retired ones and then the existing ones, the ones that are currently working. So that is a red flag. Foreign adversaries ranging from intelligence officials from other countries will now capitalize on that to access them and use it for whatever purposes. Then our local adversaries too, especially criminal groups and other elements, including terrorist organizations, may also capitalize on that grievance and that vulnerability and exploit it, either in terms of incentivizing them or recruiting them. I'm using this word loosely to now achieve their objectives. So overall, this and several other elements make this development extremely worrisome, and it should be handled with the seriousness that it deserves.
As the outcry grows louder, police retirees say their fight is not just about money, but about dignity and justice for those who serve the nation. Sydney Okafor for Anchor News.